Hi everyone, we are moving into chapter 3, and our first lesson is fractions and decimals, so some of this might be review for you. We're going to start out with types of decimals. You have terminating and repeating decimals. Terminating decimals means that they end. They stop at some point. Repeating decimals mean that there's a pattern to them. We use bar notation, which is illustrated right here for you. You put the bar over the numbers that are being repeated. So how do you write a fraction as a decimal? Well, one of the ways is if you can get the denominator to a power of 10. And then it's just your place value. So if you look in the first example, you can get 5 to 10 by multiplying by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6/10 is written that way. In example 2, you can get 25 to 100 by timesing by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 hundredths is written like this. And in example 3, 200 to 1,000 is times 5. So 29 times 5 is 145. 145 thousandths is written like that. Now sometimes it's not as easy as that, so you will have to do your long division. All right, make sure that your top number, your numerator, goes inside. And you can take your decimal straight up. So 8 cannot go into 3, but 8 can go into 30 3 times. And then you're going to subtract. Bring down your next 0. 8 into 60. 7 times. Bring down your last 0. 8 into 40 is 5 times. And we'll zero out there. So 375 thousandths is your answer. All right. If you look at example 3 here, 7/9, again, top number inside, and take your decimal straight up. 9 cannot go into 7, but 9 can go into 70 7 times. And you're going to notice here that it's going to repeat. So we can write this one with our bar notation. Now that you will notice when we get to the bottom something special about example 3. All right, so go ahead and practice with these, and you can turn your video off or on pause for a minute and then come back and check your answers. Now, number 6 is one that you will have to use long division on. And there was a negative out front, so make sure your decimal is a negative when you rewrite it. All right, there is your place value review. If you can get to a power of 10 as your denominator, it's good to remember your place value. All right, now if we were in groups, I would have each group do this, but because we can't be in groups right now, this is what your answers would look like. And this goes back to example 3 at the top. I said we would get to a little bit later. You'll notice a pattern here. Anytime you have a denominator of 9, it could be 99, it could be 999, your top numbers are going to repeat. And again, we can write these with bar notation. So this one had a 4 above it, this one had a 5 above it, this one had a 7 above it. So those are the numbers that are going to repeat. If it was like 23 over 99, then it would be the 23 repeating. All right, comparing decimals, use your place value. That's why we have that chart up there. This one is 1.4 and 1.34. Jackson's saying that 1.4 is bigger. Anthony says that 1.34 is bigger. You always want to go by place value. So your ones are the same. So let's go to our tenths now. This one has 4 tenths. This one has 3 tenths. So that means the 4 tenths is bigger. You could always put a 0 and compare hundredths too. That would be 40 hundredths versus 34 hundredths. In number 12, you have 2/7 compared to 5/16. Now you can divide them out and get a decimal, and then you can turn those into percents. But if you're just doing a quick comparison, you can use cross products and see which one's bigger. So this one would be 35. This one would be 32. So 5/16 is greater than 2/7. Okay.